Virgo, hello and welcome to your winter 2023-2024 shapeshift reading. We're looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shapeshift looks and feels like for the winter season. I'm Andy, I'm your reader, and we are joined today by the Starlore Astronomical Tarot. It is a deck created from historical playing card artwork over 300 years old. It was formatted for tarot by Natasha Rowland of Urania Press. I'm really happy to have this deck grace us with its presence this winter. So Virgo, speaking of grace us with your presence, as I sat down with your energy, I just kept getting like swan imagery, but more specifically like swan on a frozen lake. In winter, everything just like pristine, the white snow, the clear crystal ice, the white swan, just, you know, very like clean, pristine grace. A creature full of grace this winter. It reminds one of the rune Isa. You know, that's the vibe. A very Virgo vibe, actually, if you think about it. All right, so with that idea, let's go into your shift. The shape shift for Virgo this winter. Nice. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Page of Swords and then Knight of Pentacles. In this deck, the Knight of Pentacles is a phoenix. One more card for Virgo. Oh. Okay, interesting. Two of Wands, Andromeda. How's this one go? I'm not sure yet. Let's take a look at it together. See if we can figure this out. Page of Swords is the Knave of Spades in this deck, Little Bear constellation, Ursa Minor. Into the Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Diamonds as the Phoenix. And then we have, interesting, like these two figures with the sword, the Knave and the Knight, both facing the Little Bear and the Phoenix, both facing Andromeda, which is the Two of Wands. In this deck, it's called Chained Woman, and we're going to look at the Andromeda myth for sure. Okay. So I have the guidebook here. It's wonderful. What a great thing. It's got the Starlore. It's got the different meanings or different ways you can read it through, like cartomancy, tarot, and divination. So I'm just gonna give you a little snippet. Let's look at Andromeda. Shifting Space members, by the way, will get the full juice, all the good stuff. But here we'll just share a little bit here. So the Starlore will, you know, get more into the myth of Andromeda, but for now, that's something you could look up yourself if you are feeling so led. I'll read a little bit from the divination meaning. If lamentation and deep pondering has become a regular experience lately, where the sensation of feeling shackled to a persistent thought or unfulfilling job or relationship inspires uncertain feelings about your fate and how you got to this place and whether it suits you the best, find ways to incorporate new inspiration or adventures into your life, which will free you to explore exciting new options. Spend time in contemplation, journaling on how your situation could be different if you wish it to be, and whether it might be better to leave persons of authority, perhaps even parents, out of your decision making in regard to this particular issue or query. You may have an opportunity or helper, someone you end up calling your personal hero, unexpectedly showing up out of the blue, offering assistance. That's sort of interesting. I just did the Leo reading and it's called the Hero of the Heart or something like that. So maybe the Leo reading has something for you. If you've gotten to the top of your creative ladder, you may have a nice vantage point as well as advantages, but is it everything you'd wished for? Is it a bit lonely at the top? There are parents, gods, maidens, monsters, and heroes to contemplate in this myth. Where do you find yourself in that archetype? Seek out and break any binding chains restricting you from living a fulfilled destiny. Okay, so the Andromeda myth is really important here. And again, I'm going to encourage you to look that up and do your own investigation. So maybe there's a bit of a phoenix moment here for you, Virgo, especially if you have felt sort of like bogged down by something, or like bogged down by a particular way of thinking, or a particular circumstance, or even person, place. In your experience, maybe there's this like breaking the chains, Virgo rises again, totally cleansed and brand new. Sort of a vibe. The Firebird would break the chains for the chained woman. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, well, given that reading that we just read, maybe it is like a specific person that kind of comes and helps you see how you can break those chains. I don't often see characters in my readings anymore, but that's kind of cool. Okay, let's look at the Page of Swords, the Little Bear. The Little Bear constellation. Yes. Ursa Minor. It is said that the Phoenicians sailed and navigated by the little stars of Ursa Minor rather than those of the larger Ursa Major. This card is a celebration of all things humble and little, but that really pack a punch. The upright knave or page takes small but clever baby steps which are designed to grow into something large and grand in significance, pertinent to your situation. In this energy, you may be seeking to understand things and are naturally curious and savvy with gathering knowledge, skills, intel, as well as the relevant materials in order to achieve the many desires you have on your to-do list. This knave is a herald of news, documents, or important messages, or a surprise that may show up on your doorstep. You may have the knack of bending like the Little Dipper towards bridging communications between others and clearing the ways of difficulties, which makes you a gallant ally. Sounds like a Virgo. Beware of telling tall tales and exaggerating in order to make yourself appear like the Big Dipper right now. Give yourself time to grow into that stature. You are knowledgeable. You are intelligent. Novice energy is something to be proud of because it's packed with creative synergy, dynamism, and muse inspiration. Stay humble, share, and share alike. That's nice. So now I'm kind of wondering, Virgo, if you're resonating with this chained woman Andromeda position, it's sort of like these two energies, the little bear and the phoenix. Little bear being this like curious learner with information or intel, you know, like messages coming in with something new and inspirational, something to bring this rebirth to the chained woman. In this image, also, the woman is just chained to herself. You know, it's not like we don't see anything in the background that she's chained to. It's like whatever this is, it might just be more of something that you're chained to the idea of it. And a phoenix is deep transformation. You know, burning it down and rising from nothing. So coming in with this new information that, I mean, it's interesting that this reading is showing up so literally. So I wonder if this is just like, ends up being a really literal circumstance for you and less of a psychological, emotional kind of thing. But it's more of like, okay, if you're feeling a kind of way, maybe there's a message, a very impactful person or a very impactful message or circumstance that like comes your way, and that is new information for you, you know, like that is possible new life energy for you. it doesn't have to be literally starting over or getting a whole new life, but that when you break the chains of a certain way of thinking or a certain attachment to an idea, it can feel like a new lease on life when you are given new information to work with. And that's kind of what this feels like, Virgo. It feels like you're given new, and like the Two of Wands is a doorway. It's an open doorway and a possible choice point, a doorway that you could step through into a new experience. So I don't know, it could be that just a really clear, palpable opening shows up for you this winter that allows you to think outside your box, allows you to think differently, offers you new doorways, or even one doorway, one very clear, strong doorway to step through. I saw 11:11 on the clock. I gotta mention it when I see it. Okay, that's interesting. So I guess that's our cue to start clarifying these cards. I've got the Golden Tarot, I've got the Illuminated Earth Oracle. So we're going to use these other decks to get into this reading, see if we can get more specific. If it's resonating with you so far, you want to keep going with me, click the link in the description box below and that will take you to the Shifting Space. This is an online community of folks that love these readings and investigate them together personally and collectively through the whole season. So you'll have access to all of the readings in their entirety for all 12 zodiac signs, as well as a community chat and more one-on-one ways to connect with me. So if that's something that you're into, check it out, link in the description, and maybe I'll see you for the rest of this reading.